Welcome to So Very Easy. My name is Laura, and every month I like to send my grandchildren something in the mail. Big, small, it doesn't matter. And this month I am going to be sending them Valentine's Day cards, but not just plain old Valentine's Day cards. I am going to custom make them. I'm going to embroider them, spruce them up. I know they're going to love to receive them, and I know I'm going to love making them. So I hope you join me today where I'm going to show you how I'm going to make my Valentine's Day cards. And this method will go with any cards. So the first thing we're going to need, of course, is embroidery supplies. And most of these you are already going to have. I have beautiful threads, a fun pattern that has 4 different Valentine's Day cards. I'm going to be using an embroidery needle. A 7511 will work fine for this. My hoop, and of course some stabilizer. And there's 2 different types of stabilizer that we can use. We can use a sticky stabilizer, such as the Stable Stick, and a medium weight tearaway. There are a few other things that I'll share with you as we go along, but one of the most important things is when we are making embroidered cards is good cards to embroider on. And I am using the OESD cards. They come in a package of 10. There's 2 different sizes we can get. They come with the cards and the envelopes. And what's really nice is this nice, heavy, 80-pound paper. Between the good paper and good stabilizer, this will work out perfect. I also like to have a nice pressing cloth so I don't crush my embroidery. And I'm going to need something to cover the back of my embroidery, so I will be using this Fuse and Seal. So for the first card that I'm going to make, I am going to be using this medium weight tearaway stabilizer. And it's really easy to hoop when this does not move and tighten. Then I'm going to take this to the machine and have my machine do a basting stitch. This placement is going to help me place my cards on top. Now my card is going to be just a little bit bigger, so I do want to continue these placement lines. So I'm just going to put it right on my mat and just put lines to extend. So you can see where I have extended those lines. That's going to help me place my paper. Now we need to consider how we're going to embroider these. Are we going to embroider them right on this card so that when we open it up, we will have the embroidery here, which means we will have to cover this area? Or are we going to do a separate piece and place it on top? For this card, I am going to do a separate piece. I'm going to use that same cardstock, cut this in half, and these 2 pieces will be the front of 2 cards. So now I only have that 1 piece. I can lay it down. Those extra lines that I drew on help me out. Then I'm going to tape that card on. When we give it a flip, we can see through that stabilizer, and we see that we have that all lined up. Now I can go right to the machine and start. That good paper and stabilizer really does embroider well. So the card front is now done, and I can remove that tape. Now this is a tearaway stabilizer, but I would recommend cutting it away. If we tear it away, there is a chance of us ripping through that paper. So I prefer just to cut it off. So this will now get put on the front of another card, so it's going to look nice. So in order to do that, we need to fuse that on. And the Fuse and Seal really does work well. So we need to cut the size of this card. I need to fuse that onto the back so that shiny, bumpy side is going to go down. Line this up and press. I'm going to be able to peel that off and fuse it right on top of that card. So when you open it up, it is nice and clean inside, so you do not see any back of the embroidery. Now that works out great. It's very pretty on its own, but I like to spruce it up a little bit. I am going to trim the card a 1/4 inch smaller and cut a 1/4 inch off all the way around. Now when I put this on the top of the card, I have that 1/4 inch space all the way around. So it looks like it's framed. And since it looks like it's framed, I am going to color the front of this card in. Now when I put the card on, I have that beautiful frame. We could just have some fun and decorate this card. Now I'm going to be able to take this back to the iron and iron it on. I do have that adhesive, so I know it's going to stick well. We can also make the cards using the staple stick. So to hoop with that staple stick, the shiny side, the paper side, is going to come up. I can put that inner ring on, push that down, tighten it up. And now, before I score this and I take it off, I take it to the machine and I'm going to drop the needle into the 4 corners. I'm not going to be stitching over top of this paper. It does need to peel off, but I do want to find my 4 corners and my center point. Just bring the needle down, mark it, move it over, bring the needle down, mark it. So I'm only going to mark those 5 spots. So I have my 5 holes. I'm going to mark them so that you can see them. Now I can score this paper, but I'm just taking that top paper off so you can see those 5 holes. Those 5 holes, I'm going to be able to line them up and place those dots onto my mat. So I could put that one sheet on here, or I could put another card on. But this time for my card, I just did a little bit of paint. I just put some water paint on there, let it dry. I gave it a little bit of a press, and now this is the area I'm going to embroider. So I'm going to be able to put that card down, and it's just going to stick. Once that's embroidered, I can take that out and trim off that stabilizer. So once that's trimmed off, I can put that extra cardstock and fuse it onto the inside, or we can do a different color. So that is stuck on, and I'm going to want to put a piece of paper along the back. But before I do that, I'm going to trim off one edge. And in this case, it's going to be that bottom edge. I'm going to fuse that larger piece on and trim it off later. But I'm going to put it so it's right up against that spine. So that back has been attached on. I'm going to keep that card folded and trim to the back measurement. Now when I flip it over, I'm going to have a little blue edge on it. So now I have a nice blue inside. I did that same technique with this card. So you have a little bit of that purple poking through. I'd have a nice purple back. So here's another card, and it has 3 layers. So what I did is I put the top layer onto a bottom, and I'm going to be able to fuse that on. And that gives it a really nice polished look. So we can build up layers, and it's still going to look fabulous. So from some plain blank cards, we can get some beautiful embroidered cards. We can make them as fancy as we want, paint on them. And don't forget, we can also add some jewels. We can get these right from the dollar store. Sparkles. Let's do lots of layers. And don't forget to sign the back. All I need to do now is put a nice note, and I'm ready to mail them. So I have my cute Valentine's Day cards all ready. All I have to do is put a nice message inside. We could go as fancy as we want, as simple as we want, layer it up, and just have some fun. I'm sure they're going to enjoy getting them, but I've had just as much fun making them. I'll put some links in the description so you can check out the supplies that I used, and I'll put a link to the embroidery designs. And thank you for joining me today on So Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I do have a newsletter. It's all free under So Very Easy. and be sure to make every day a spectacular day. Bye for now.